I'm getting pulled over. It is 9:44 a.m. I'm in the city of Virginia Beach. I have two officers behind me. I'm starting to record. Starting my phone camera. I'm working on my other camera. How's it going?
Sir, I see your driver's license and registration and insurance for this vehicle, please. May I see your driver's license?
Everything that I have is contained in here, and I have a camera going just to let you know that that's what this is.
May I see your driver's license? I'm not concerned with documents which you produce, okay?
Well, this is what I have as my identification.
Okay.
It's everything is contained in here. My ID is copied right here on the back of this.
Vehicle, sir?
Yes, I do.
And what do you have?
I have my sidearm, which is a Glock.
Okay. You have your sidearm, which is a Glock?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and what else?
I think I have a knife somewhere.
Okay. And where is your Glock right now?
It's on my holster on my hip.
Okay.
It's open carry right here.
Alright. Would you relinquish that weapon to me for safekeeping?
Not right now. I wouldn't like to do that.
Right. Do you have a valid driver's license, sir?
Everything that I have is right there.
The question is, do you have a valid driver's license?
I reserve my right not to answer any questions at this time.
Okay.
And like I said, everything, I'm not trying to be a pain. It's just everything that I have is right there in that paperwork.
Okay.
If you would just do me the professional courtesy of reading it real quick, it shouldn't take more than about 2 minutes.
Alright.
And just so you know, I'm a peaceful guy. If you want me to like get out at any point, or if you plan on taking me into custody. Okay, well if you do, just know I'm peaceful. There'll be no need for you to use any force of any kind. I'll comply to any lawful order given. Okay?
Alright.
Alright, thank you, sir.
Alright, sir.
It is Friday, May 16th. Like I said, it is 9:46 in the morning. I have just given the officer my right to travel documents. I've told them that I will be peaceful, that I will comply with any lawful orders that they give me. I've told them I reserve my rights under the Fifth Amendment. I'm actually about to call my attorney just to see. I'm going to have to stop this recording on my cell phone. Activating my secondary camera here. I'm going to set this up here on my dash to make sure everything's recording. Like I said, I have officers, two of them behind me here. Hey buddy, I'm getting pulled over, so I might need you in a couple hours if you can't get a hold of me to check Virginia Beach Jail. They're calling up for some backup here, and I don't know if they'll pull me over, if they'll let me, walk home from here, but I guess we'll see how it goes, so wish me luck. I'm recording everything, so just so you know. Bye. restarting my camera on my phone at 9:49 a.m. Third officer has arrived. I have told them that I am peaceful and will comply with any lawful order given. I'm wearing my seat belt. My only firearm is lawfully displayed in my holster. Everything else is fine with the car. I have a right to travel, so saith the United States Constitution. I have a notice of understanding and intent and claim of right that explains my right to travel. There's the Supreme Court precedents here. Everything that I've given the officers is typed up. It's all been notarized. Everything in here should be, if the law is upheld, I should be free to go here in a minute. I've got my dinner here that I'm planning on finishing, hopefully, in the very near future. It's raining outside, so I kind of hope they wouldn't make me walk in this. All I'm asking is for the officers to simply be professionals, as I'm trying to be. I'm very calm. I'm not trying to agitate the situation at all, obviously, because they're armed, and it's kind of got me nervous because I don't want them to hurt me because they don't know the law. That would be a terrible shame. But I'll kind of read through a little bit of what I've got here. It says that it's a legal notice, saying that I'm just traveling, that I'm not driving, that I know the difference. Everything here, is typed up. It's clear. I've signed it. The cases that I have cited in here specifically, just for the record, are Kent versus Dulles, Shockman versus Dulles, Thompson versus Smith, Davis versus Weschler, Miranda versus Arizona, Miller versus United States, Sherrar versus Cullen, Terry versus Ohio, U.S. versus Brignani Ponce, the Hadari D case, Hataro versus California, Boyd versus United States, Briers versus United States, U.S. versus Bishop, Murdoch versus Pennsylvania, Dickey versus Davis, State versus Spokane, Tech Lines versus Danforth, Shuttlesworth versus Birmingham, Owen versus Independence, Maine versus Thibodeau, Mulger versus Kansas, Berkmere versus McCarthy, State versus Johnson, Barney versus Board of Railroad Commissioners, Chicago Motor Coach versus, Chicago and Shapiro v. Thompson, Norton versus Shelby, Watson versus Memphis, Delaware Prowse. I've got everything, like I said. It's all lawfully documented. This is my state-issued ID. I've also got a copy here of the Constitution of Virginia, and I've got a book, which is the Constitution of the United States, constitutional law. Everything that I have here, if everything goes the way it should, maybe they'll just issue me a summons and, let me on my way, which is my hope. There's a very real chance that I'm about to be arrested in the United States for not speeding and wasn't driving recklessly. I had my lights on, because the weather's bad. Like I said, it's raining pretty hard out there today in Virginia Beach. It looks like one of the officers may have left or is just blocking off the parking lot. I'm not sure exactly what they're doing, but they do have 3 here. We've got one there, and then, the guy over there that turned his lights off. My argument is a constitutional one, and I'm trying to be prepared for them as best as I can. I have lawful documents here. I have the right to travel. This, like I said, constitutional law. Okay, this is a current book. Kent versus Dulles here, Justice Douglas, is the right to travel is a part of the liberty of which a citizen cannot be deprived without due process of law under the Fifth Amendment. And he says that freedom of movement across frontiers in either direction, and inside of frontiers as well, was a part of our heritage. That travel abroad, like within the country, may be necessary for a livelihood. It may be as close to the heart of an individual as the choice of what he eats or wears or reads. Freedom of movement is basic in our scheme of values. There's a lot of other stuff in here that I have. I'm going to hopefully get a chance to show this to these officers. I'm only asking them to be professional and, give me a chance to speak. It looks like one of the officers may be leaving at this point. I'm not entirely sure. I'm hoping he just writes me a summons. That would be very cool. This is here. This is again. This is Jones versus Helms. Talks about the right to travel. Sorry, I took my key out.
That's okay. Hey, listen, do you have any documentation for the vehicle? Anything with a VIN number on it?
The vehicle is not technically what y'all would consider like a motor vehicle per se.
I understand.
It is my car. It is titled to me. I don't believe that I have the title with me. I think it's in my safe at the house.
Do you have any documentation at all for the vehicle?
I can check and see for you, but like I say, if this is an automobile, it doesn't follow under the purview of the Motor Vehicle Code. This is the Constitution of the United States.
Well, I understand all that, sir. I'm just asking if you have any documentation for the vehicle, that's all.
I don't believe I have it on me, no.
Okay. You covered up the VIN number, I see?
Like I said, this is just a car, sir. It's just a piece of property. It's not registered.
Okay.
The registration, like the tags that are on it, or the tags that I have for it, they simply say exempt, and it's for the United States, and they also say private. So this is private property, and I do reserve all my private property rights at this time.
I understand what you're saying.
What's your personnel number, sir?
My personnel, my badge number you want?
Yes, sir.
It's 318.
318?
Yes, sir.
Virginia Beach?
Yes, sir.
And how do you pronounce your name?
My last name is Jenny John.
Jenny John?
Jenny John, yes.
Jenny John? Okay. Thank you, sir. The officer has tried to ask me for vehicle identification, which I do not wish to identify my car, my automobile, as a motor vehicle for jurisdictions reasons. I don't want them to try to attempt to claim any quasi-jurisdiction for some sort of thing that they may somehow cause me legally to acquiesce to their desires. So I don't consider my automobile, my private property, to be something that the state needs to have registered. I'm not involved in commerce. Like I said, I have my lunch here, from Chick-fil-A. I have a receipt in the bag, probably. I'm sure they gave me. This proves that I'm not involved in commerce. That I'm out for traveling for private reasons because I was hungry, and I would like to, have a chance. I paid my taxes on the food that I bought. To this point, I will say that I'm impressed with Virginia Beach Police's patience. They're acting to this point professional, and I appreciate that. I don't know what they're planning on doing. I just pray that the good Lord will watch over me today and keep me safe. Keep everybody safe. And we'll try to, do that. Checking my batteries here. Looks like everything's still recording. Had the officer Jenna John. I guess I have his personnel number on the recording here. Sorry, I'm looking around. I'm kind of nervous. This is the first time that I've encountered the police with the right to travel. I have to stop the video on my phone now. I'm getting a text message or something. This is my girlfriend. She's checking on me because I called her to let her know that I was getting pulled over. She's asking if everything's okay, so I'm going to say so far. Tell her to pray for me. Tell her I love her. And if I get arrested, call my lawyer. should probably give her that number, which I'm not entirely sure that I know myself. I have to look it up. Police are still sitting over there. I'll set the camera there because I'm sure y'all don't want to. 373 5634. At this time, I'm going to delete the video so far. I don't want to run the memory out of my phone, which is my third recording device. Give me a second. Looks like 2 officers have showed up in some kind of unmarked vehicle. Started my phone again recording Friday, May 16th at 10:01. I've been here for about 15 minutes so far. These officers don't look too excited to be here. I'm sure they don't want to be standing in the rain, and I don't blame them. But it looks like the 2 officers here are leaving. Hopefully, maybe, the 2 that showed up. How awesome would it be if they just told me to have a nice day and thank you for traveling in Virginia Beach and stopping at our Virginia Beach restaurant and spending your hard-earned money in our Virginia Beach store that we pay our Virginia Beach taxes to. Oh, sorry. Can't help but be nervous. At this point, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 of them and 1 of me. And I'm not willing to fight or use any form of violence today, and I'm sure they are. Which is a little nerve-wracking, but we'll try to smile and remain calm and act professional, and hopefully it'll get us through to a positive conclusion. Just for note too, I'm not on the side of the road. I've pulled into a parking lot. I was hoping that this might, give me the ability to, if they won't let me walk, or if they won't let me operate my car away from here, and travel away from the site, that 1, they might let me call AAA to pick it up, or 2, they may let me, at least walk from here, and recover the car, later by other means. So I'm trying to accommodate the Virginia Beach Police Department to the best of my ability. I see that my handheld camera is still recording fine. Check my dash cam here. Yep, it's still recording. My dash cam is at 16.5 minutes roughly. 16:15 or whatever. But what I was trying to read earlier about this case here, like I was saying, Jones versus Helms, the Supreme Court, this is the Supreme Court of the United States. It's not really a Virginia issue to me, although I am a lawful citizen of them both. But the court said that it was thus clear the durational resident requirement directly impinges on the exercise of a fundamental personal right to travel. And what they meant by that, the court further explained it. They said it is clear that the freedom to travel includes the freedom to enter and abide in any state in the Union. You know, so when I get to looking into these things, and with the other one that said that you have a right to move in and outside of frontiers, you know, inside of states and outside of states. Something was beeping. I don't know what it was. I'm hoping it wasn't a battery. Oh, my card. It's full, huh? At this time, I am erasing the memory card in my secondary camera because it is full and nothing, I think, substantial has really happened. At this point, we've just kind of talked to each other. But I will be turning on the camera if the officers so choose to, you know, do something else. I don't think they should need to arrest me today because I'm willing to, you know, sign their documents, and I would be more than happy to go to court for this. I would, of course, be engaging my my schedule fees at that point. You know, we've been here for about, I don't know, 20-30 minutes since the time they started to pull me over. You know, and I had to get across and find a spot. So at this point, I don't know. I don't think I would engage my schedule fee until an hour has passed, maybe. Just out of, you know, professional courtesy. I'm sure these guys haven't run into this yet. You know, I don't know that there's anybody else in my vicinity anyway, exercising the simple constitutional right to travel. My paperwork starts out, of course, by stating that there's federal jurisdiction here, which supersedes state and ultimately, you know, local Virginia Beach police. But it says, whereas it is my understanding that the United States Supreme Court held where rights secured by the Constitution are involved, there can be no rulemaking or legislation which would abrogate them, and the claim and exercise of a constitutional right cannot be converted into a crime, and there can be no sanction or penalty imposed upon one because of the exercise of constitutional rights. And the assertion of federal rights, when plainly and reasonably made, is not to be defeated under the name of local practice, and that a state cannot require a license for the exercise of constitutional rights, and that unconstitutional laws may be ignored and the right exercised with impunity. And furthermore, that the right to travel is a part of the liberty of which the citizen cannot be deprived without due process of law under the Fifth Amendment, and that undoubtedly the right of locomotion, the right to remove from one place to another according to inclination, is an attribute of personal liberty, and the right ordinarily of free transit from or through the territory of any state is a right secured by the 14th Amendment and by other provisions of the Constitution. And the right of a citizen to travel upon the public highways and to transport his property thereon, either by carriage or automobile, is not a mere privilege which a city may prohibit or permit at will, but a common right which he has under the right to life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. Those are Miranda versus Arizona. Hang on one second.
You want to step out of your vehicle and come up here out of the rain and talk with me?
Are you going to place me under arrest, or are you just trying to get out of the rain?
I just need to finish up some documentation with you.
Okay. The officer has said he's not going to arrest me, so hopefully that'll be true. I'm not going to run from you, but I'm just going to run under there because it's wet.
Okay.
How are you guys doing today?
Okay. All right.
And what was your name, sir? I didn't get your name.
Albright. I don't shake hands with
Okay.
people I don't know, sir.
Understandable.
I have no idea whether or not you have any kind of communicable diseases.
I hope not.
Okay. We're going to take a closer look at your vehicle to see if there's a VIN on it.
Okay.
For starters. Okay. The VIN plate that's on the dashboard, which is supposed to be viewable by any law enforcement agency or any inspecting agency, has been blocked with some kind of tape device.
Okay.
Is the VIN plate on your door still intact?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Is the VIN plate on the firewall of your vehicle still intact?
It should be.
Okay.
I haven't modified or changed the car in any way. The automobile is how I guess it was from the factory.
Okay. The first document I'm going to issue to you, sir, is a Virginia Uniform notification indicating that your privilege to drive in the Commonwealth are suspended, which means you cannot operate a motor vehicle on these highways in the Commonwealth.
Okay.
Whether you choose to drive anywhere else, that's entirely up to you, but you cannot drive in the Commonwealth.
Okay.
The second document I'm going to issue to you is an unregistered motor vehicle. Okay.
Okay.
Commonwealth law indicates that in order for you to drive a vehicle on the roadways in the Commonwealth, the vehicle must be registered in the Commonwealth and or another Commonwealth and or state as prescribed by law.
Okay.
Based on what I see there, that is not a plate that's been issued by any federal agency, state agency, county agency, or city agency in any manner.
Okay.
Okay? Which tells me that that vehicle is not properly registered.
Okay.
Okay? Court date is June 18th, it'll be at 9 o'clock.
Okay.
The traffic court room B at this address here, right here in the city of Virginia Beach. Your signature is required right there.
Okay.
Your signature is not a admission of guilt. It just simply states you understand what the summons is being issued for. This block right underneath is checked, which indicates you can prepay this if you choose to do so. Matter of fact, I'm not going to allow that. I'm going to require you to respond to the court and address the court as to why you choose to drive a vehicle on its Commonwealth without the proper documentation.
Okay.
And in that document that you served to me, which means that document is now my property and is evidence of the Commonwealth,
Okay.
because you represent that to be your true documentation, correct?
Okay. Yes, sir.
The driver's license that you have copied, which was previously issued to you by the Commonwealth, where is that document this time, sir?
I'm not sure where it is at this time.
Okay. This brings us to the notification of suspension, okay? Based on you telling me you don't know where your license is at this time, that's the block I'm going to check.
Okay.
And I will give you a copy of this form. The original form will be returned to the DMV, and they will serve due notice on you as it's required.
Okay. So you're going to confiscate the other document that I let you read?
Yes, sir. That becomes a state document.
Okay.
Because you're representing yourself as an individual.
Okay.
No party of the government.
Okay.
Right?
Well, no, I'm a citizen.
Is that?
No, it's not one of those sovereign things. This is all lawful. This has to do with the federal Supreme Court cases that have been heard.
Okay. But it has nothing to do with you complying with the Commonwealth law.
Well, the Constitution of, I'll talk to the judge about it. I mean, I don't want to try to argue with these guys. I know you're trying to do your job.
What is your current address, sir?
119 Bassett Avenue. The same address that was in here.
B-A-S-S-E-T-T?
Yes, sir. And that's Virginia Beach, 23452.
Do you have insurance on that vehicle as required by Commonwealth law?
It's just a car. It's not anything that would be fall under the purview of the motor vehicle code.
Okay. Signature's required right there, sir.
Okay. Sorry.
So you're telling me that if you operate a vehicle that belongs to you in the Commonwealth, you're not required, as every other citizen, to have it properly registered and insured?
You familiar with farm use tax? Farm use tax?
Yes, sure.
It's kind of a similar principle. It's a private automobile.
Okay.
It's not used for commerce. It's only used for travel. I don't use it for employee on the roads. The Supreme Court cases, if you read this...
You tell me that's a farm vehicle?
No, I'm not. I'm just saying it's a similar thing. You said like every other citizen. I'm saying it's,
okay. Well, a farm vehicle has to be insured, right?
Well,
on the highway to take its produce or whatever.
If it engages in commerce, yes.
It's engaged in commerce,
Yes.
which means it has to be insured.
Yes, but I'm not involved in commerce.
Okay.
I'm just traveling. I appreciate you guys treating me professionally and giving me the opportunity to go to court for this.
There's no reason to treat you otherwise, sir.
Well, I'm just saying I appreciate it.
What year is that motor vehicle, sir?
The car is a 2004
Okay.
Mustang.
We're going to take a closer look at your vehicle to see if we can find the appropriate VIN plate on it.
Okay.
I cannot find
Is that something I can retrieve for you real quick?
You should be able to open up the door and look right at it and see if it's there.
Yeah, well, I mean, that way you wouldn't have to get in the rain.
Well, I'll retrieve the information myself to make sure it's true and accurate.
Okay.
Okay? Anything else in that vehicle I need to be concerned with other than the sidearm that you have?
No, sir, I don't consent to a search of the
I'm
vehicle.
just letting you know because if anything that it's in there, I want to make sure that it's not something booby trap.
Oh, no, there's nothing like
Okay.
that. There's nothing that's
You have
dangerous.
no electronic devices on you to set something off in that vehicle?
No, there's
Okay,
nothing
then you'll
dangerous
stand
about
there
any...
with this officer, okay?
Okay. Well, my doors are locked.
Okay. You got a power lock?
No, I don't.
Okay, now have your feet unlocked the door.
Like I said, I don't consent to you opening the car.
I'm not going to search your vehicle, sir. I'm going to
Okay.
look in the door jam. Like I said, when you took the time to block that VIN plate, all right, which means I cannot read it through the windshield, I have a right to enter that vehicle to retrieve a VIN number, whether it be in the door or in the engine compartment.
Well, I'm not arguing with anything you're going to do. I'm just telling you I don't consent. That's all I'm saying.
All right.
Okay.
I'll let you know I'm en route to Sacramento.
This is just a recording device.
I understand.
Okay. Y'all ever come across a right to travel yet?
All right. Yeah, it's definitely not something we come across every day.
Okay, yeah, well, I didn't think so, yeah. Did you get a chance to read the paperwork?
No, I have not. I'm just helping him out.
Okay.
I haven't read anything.
Have you read any of the Supreme Court cases that have to do with the right of a citizen to travel?
Oh, we've been notified about some of them, but
Right. He's, oh, I guess the VIN number's printed on that sticker?
yeah,
Right
it's
inside the door
there.
jam? Okay.
How long have you been a separate entity from the government?
Well, I'm not. I'm still a citizen.
I
I'm an
understand.
American patriot. This doesn't have anything to do with me revoking. I think you're talking about the sovereign thing that
Well,
people
I
try to
understand
claim.
there's a difference, right?
But I've been I've been studying law for about 3 years.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, sorry to get you guys out in the rain today.
How long have you had that particular vehicle?
I bought it a year ago in January.
You bought it from a private party? Dealership.
Oh, I bought it, but it's mine. I lawfully own it.
You said you do have a title though?
Somewhere, yeah. I don't drive around with it just in case the vehicle's damaged or stolen or something.
Can you repeat your last, please, for me?
There is no record for that vet.
Simple, thank you. Okay, now that I have first-hand knowledge of your vehicle, indicating that it's not on record in the Commonwealth, and you're not displaying tags from any other Commonwealth or state and or jurisdiction, as I previously told you, that if I see your vehicle operated on the motorway, i.e. the highway, I will stop you and I will seize your vehicle. You fail to comply with the Commonwealth law. Okay, which one is to have the vehicle properly registered, 2, to have it inspected, 3, to have it insured.
Okay.
Okay? Also, I will publish that same notification to our agency indicating the same, that the same could be happening if driving down the road another day, he sees your vehicle operating,
Right.
he will pull you over and do the same because you're not complying with the law.
Okay.
Because you choose not to comply with the Commonwealth law.
Okay.
Which means that you have no desire to comply.
Okay, that's like.
And then you can argue.
It doesn't matter about any of that
in court until you're satisfied.
So y'all would confiscate the car even before I had a chance to go to court to determine whether or not I was guilty?
We will remove it from the motorway because you have no right to be on the motorway as everybody else who is properly.
Even if I haven't been found guilty yet? Even
doesn't matter, sir.
Okay.
The courts will determine as to whether or not to return that to you.
Okay, and if I was found not guilty by the courts, would y'all be okay with it after that?
That's entirely up to the court, sir.
Okay. Well, I just want to clarification.
We're just mediators.
Okay.
We're facilitators of the paperwork.
Okay.
Okay? You have any questions for me, sir?
I mean, can I go home?
You can go home, but don't put your car on the roadway.
Well, I mean, can I take it home?
Not driving it, no, sir. You can have it towed home.
I can have it towed home?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I have to have it towed from where it's at?
From where it's at.
Okay,
yes,
can I sit in it out of the rain until the tow vehicle gets here?
You most certainly can, sir.
Okay, well, thank you, gentlemen. Have a great day.
You too.
All right, guys. Have a good one.
Take care.
So the police are telling me at this time that if I try to travel in my car to get home, that they will seize my car. They will steal it from me, which is mighty unfortunate. He gave me a notice of suspension, but the only thing that he cited me for was unregistered motor vehicle, which I told him it was just a car, and the officer said that it didn't matter, even though I hadn't been found guilty, and that it was private property. So they're not worried about the Constitution of the United States of America being the supreme law. I wonder if they will wait for me. 2 unmarked, WPD 9131. Like a Ford. Stopping my camera on my phone. At this point, I'm going to stop my camera. The police have left. I would like to go home, but I'm kind of worried about it. I'll try that some other time. I'm going to turn my camera off now, but this is Brandon, and it's been nice doing business with you folks in America.